Hello everyone and welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to discuss the Xrp Ledger's stack levels, otherwise known as the Xrp Ledger's ecosystem. So what is available for us to work with the Xrp Ledger? Everything in the ecosystem is built on top of the network, that core peer-to-peer network, directly or indirectly. One aspect that is available in the ecosystem are programming libraries. These are imported directly into program code and contain methods to access the Xrp ledger. You can connect to the Xrp blockchain with JavaScript, Java, Python, WebSockets, and more coming. So you can interact with the Xrp blockchain from your favorite programming language. You can use HTTP or WebSockets to connect to Rippled APIs directly, Rippled being that server that's maintaining the blockchain. Programming libraries simplify some of the common work of accessing the Rippled APIs. Programming libraries are instantiated fresh and shut down with the program that imports them, the program being any app. The most popular example of a programming library to connect to the Xrp ledger is Xrpl.js. This is accessing the blockchain with JavaScript. Xrpljs is the longest standing, most well-supported library for accessing the Xrp blockchain, but there are other libraries for other languages as well. Another aspect of the Xrp Ledger ecosystem is middleware, where you can consume the Xrp Ledger APIs on one side and provide the middleware's own APIs on the other side. Middleware allows for indirect access to the Xrp Ledger data. Middleware makes it easier to build higher-level applications. Apps that are middleware often have their own data storage and processing. Middleware will typically stay running indefinitely and may have its own database. One example of middleware is the Data API. This collects and transforms Xrp Ledger data. Then you can query the data by time, filter by data type, or perform data analysis easily thanks to the middleware that is the Data API. And another aspect of the Xrp Ledger ecosystem are apps and services. Users and devices can connect to the Xrp Ledger, for example, a decentralized app. You can build a website or a piece of software that can interact with the Xrp Ledger, and then your clients or visitors can access the blockchain from your app or service. Apps and services are for user-level interaction with the Xrp Ledger. They provide the basis for even higher-level apps and services. So that is an overview of the Xrp Ledger ecosystem. Join me coming up next. We're going to discuss Xrp versus Ripple. Hello everyone and welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to clarify the mystery of Xrp versus Ripple. Ripple provides advanced blockchain technology for global payments. Ripple is a company that is building technology for high-performance payments. The company is leveraging the power of the Xrp Ledger through an on-demand liquidity service. Ripple built an open-source developer platform to build real-world payment solutions on the Xrp Ledger. You can find more information at ripple.com. Ripple has regularly sold Xrp, used Xrp to strengthen the markets and improve network liquidity, and incentivize development of the greater ecosystem. The Xrp Ledger was initially called Ripple, so sometimes there can be confusion between Ripple versus the Xrp Ledger, because oftentimes you'll see Ripple terms used in the Xrp Ledger, for example, the Rippled server. But there is a difference between Ripple, the company, and Xrp, the ledger. Nowadays, Ripple is used to refer to the company and Xrp Ledger is used to refer to the blockchain. Join me coming up next. We're going to discuss the Xrp Ledger's payment types. Hello everyone and welcome back. In this lecture, we are discussing the payment types available on the Xrp Ledger. There are direct Xrp payments. This is the most standard type of payment where you just send Xrp directly. There are also cross-currency payments available, which deliver a different currency than they send. You can also have the payment type of a check, where you create deferred payments that can be canceled or cashed. In the Xrp ledger, there's also the opportunity for escrows, which set aside Xrp and deliver it later when a certain condition is met. As well, there's the option of partial payments, where you can subtract fees from the amount sent. This allows you to return unwanted payments without additional costs. As well, on the Xrp ledger, there are payment channels for fast, asynchronous Xrp payments. Xrp can be divided into small increments and settled later. So those are the payment options available on the Xrp ledger, and more payment options are being added over time. Join me coming up in the next sections. We're going to learn how we can use JavaScript to access the Xrp ledger with a web browser. Hello everyone, and welcome back. In this lecture, we're going to learn how we can access the Xrp ledger with a web browser. I'm going to show you how you can write your code online so that you don't have to install anything. Just go to jseditor.com. This is an online code editor where you can write JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. If you want to build a project offline, then you have to build an index.html file and an index.js file, and then load the JavaScript file into the HTML file. But for our example, we are going to use this online editor. Here, the first thing we have to do is we have to load Xrpljs in the website's HTML. So go to the HTML tab and add in a script that links to the Xrp ledger. Here we're referencing a script with the script tag. Then we are putting in the source of the script. The source of the script is using a CDN to load in the latest version of Xrpljs, which is 2.1.1 at this time. And as you can see, the script is a JavaScript file. Then we close the script tag with a closing tag. So this means we now have access to the Xrpljs library. So we can write our JavaScript in the JavaScript tab, or if you're offline, in a JavaScript file that you then reference with another script tag. So here, let's get started with a simple example of accessing the Xrp ledger with the Xrpljs library. I'm going to open up an asynchronous function, which means that it can return some promises using the await keyword. This means it can allow for functions that have to take some time for a request to occur. I'm going to call my function my getXrpl function. Inside of the function body, I'm going to create a constant that is going to connect to the Xrpl API. So I'm going to instantiate a new xrpl.client. So here I am using the Xrpl library to instantiate a new object. The object is from the client class. Inside of the client constructor call, I'm going to pass in my connection point. I'm going to connect via a public server to the Xrp ledger. So I'm going to use WSS followed by xrplcluster.com. WSS is an alternative to HTTPS. Then we're going to use the await keyword, which means that the function that uses await has to take some time to execute. So we have to wait for the function to complete before continuing in the code. So I'm going to use await and call api.connect. This allows you to connect to the Xrp ledger. And we're using await, so that means the rest of the code will wait for this function to occur before continuing to be compiled and read. And next up, we are going to make an example of performing a request with the Xrp Ledger API. So I'm going to create a response variable and use await again. This time I'm using the API to make a request. So I'm using the request function. And note that because we're using await, again, we're going to wait for this function to complete before continuing. So first we wait to connect, then we wait for the request to be performed. The request will return a response. In the body of the request, we pass in the data about what kind of request are we making? What do we actually want from the Xrp Ledger API? So I'm going to pass in my command, which will be to the ledger. I'm going to pass in my ledger index as validated. And I'm going to pass in my transactions true. So here I'm passing in several properties for my request. So the command is for the ledger. I want to get a validated ledger index, and I want to see the transactions. Right, so then we can console.log out the response. Now, if you want this function to actually run, currently if you press the run button, nothing will happen. That's because, yes, we built the function, but if we want it to do its job, if we want the function to execute, you have to call the function, not just create it. So you have to call your function somewhere outside of the function. Then you can hit run, or you'll see your results immediately. So the results that we get returned is an object. That is our response that we're logging out. And we can see the object has ID 0, the result is an object, and the type is a response. You can click on object to inspect the result itself. So here we get the node pref, the ledger, which is an object itself, referring to the blockchain, the ledger hash, the ledger index, and validated true. So this verifies that we've been able to get the response. You can also log out other variables here to inspect their value, such as the API itself. So the API contains data about what you can access with this API, all the functions that are available to you. All right, and there are more available as well. So that is how you can connect to the Xrp Ledger with JavaScript. If you liked this video, then go to training.mammoethinteractive.com. We have tons more content on blockchain, web development, machine learning, and much more. We also have a membership for just $19 a month where you can get access to our 372 course bundle and counting.